Yo, check this out. With albums from Snoop, LL Cool J, Rakim, MC Light, Common and Pete Rock, The Dog Pound, Ghostface Killer. Like, is it safe to say that Nas started a revolution? Let's talk about it, man.
Every artist have a story, whether you're the smallest artist or the biggest artist. What will define you is your preparation. The great Nipsey Hussle once said, luck is just being prepared at all times, so when the door opens, you're ready. This is my journey. You think I'm playing?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. It's Dagger, aka Red Robe. Well, first off, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, man. Happy New Year to you. I hope this year is a prosperous one for you, and I hope that you do well this year. Even though the year already started off kind of like, weird, with a lot of weird things going on already. We just had elections, and the government is changing over and all that. So looks like it's going to be a very interesting new year, and you better keep your eyes peeled, man, because a lot of things are going to change and a lot of things are going to be happening, man. I can already see it happening. But that's not what we're here to talk about today, because we don't do political analysis. I don't dabble in that too much. But we're here to talk about music, man. That's what we do. So maybe about over a year and a half ago, Nas was doing a Billboard interview, and let's just check it out. Let's just check out a clip real quick of what he said in that Billboard interview and get back. Check this out.
I don't know how long it'll last, this feeling I have. I don't know how long my feeling for making music the way I feel now is gonna last, but I'm going for it at the moment. And it's making me have so much fun. I want more people to join me from my era. I want them to join it, releasing records, working hard on them shits. I want to hear how people feel. I want to hear their art. I don't want to hear the trend.
Right. So Nas did that interview, and he basically invited, he basically called out, he sent out the bat signal and said, 90s rappers from my era, I want you guys to put music out. Come put music out, man. It's a beautiful thing right now to do. It's much more easier than back then to release music, to put music out and stuff. Come put your music out. And I don't think a lot of artists took that statement or anything serious, because if you were an artist from that era, the 90s, I think that right now in the climate of music today, you're going to be thinking a little bit weird about the way music is being recorded.
Keep buying because that shit's still in the packages. Let me redo it. Keep buying because that shit's still in the packages.
The way music is being distributed, the way music is being consumed, the way you make money from music. Because really, you don't really make any money from music these days. Keeping it 100, you don't, because streaming is free. You pay like $10 or $10.99. I don't even know the price these days, but you usually pay like a subscription on a streaming platform, and that's how you basically consume music these days. And a lot of artists that was back in that era, that's kind of weird to them. You know what I mean? Like, even though you might have to tell yourself, hey, maybe I need to get up with the times and what's not, but it's still kind of weird to them. For me personally, I was a teen in the 90s, and I was more of a music consumer, and I used to buy a lot of CDs, and it was kind of fun buying CDs and getting the CD and opening it up and looking at the artwork and reading the credits and seeing who did what, seeing who's featured where, kind of seeing what songs they sampled from. They would always have things in there say, this is an interpolation of this song, and what's that. You would always look in there. So in the 90s, the music was tangible, you know what I mean? Like, you got the music and it was in your hand, versus nowadays where it's in the cloud. You know what I'm saying? It's in the cloud somewhere, and you gotta access it by paying money. But I think that that alone kind of discouraged any artist who came up in the 90s, because if you came up in the 90s and now you got to go release music, record it, and people go and stream it, and then you get paid $5 for whatever stream they did and stuff, that's not going to really make much sense to you. So you're not going to be like, oh yeah, let me just put albums out. And plus, young people move on really fast in the music world. You could be hot this year, and next year they're on to the next. So if you were from that era, if you're not like a Jay-Z, a Nas, or a Andre 3000, or like, you know what I'm saying, somebody that the young people still respect from that era, then you're basically toast. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody coming to check for you. Sorry to say, man, ain't nobody coming to check for the older artists. It's facts. So this is surprising that some of them actually released projects last year. You know, we had a project from, hold on, I gotta check my notes, man, because I might can't remember everybody. Oh, cool. So on here, we had a project from LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg, Redman, Ice Cube, Andre 3000. Even though it was a jazz album, he still released something. You know what I mean? Common and Pete Rock did an album which was straight boom bap. Like, it wasn't nothing but boom bap records, like 90s style. And we had like the Dogg Pound released an album, Ghostface Killer, MC Light, you know, and a few others that I might have missed. But this is good. This is good. It's good to see that these people went back in the studio and started making music again. And I gotta say, man, I'm gonna credit Nas for starting that revolution.
Releasing records, working hard on them shits.
I'm gonna credit Nas for starting that revolution, because Nas was the one who wasn't afraid to put the music out. And I understand why he wasn't afraid. Maybe it's because people want to hear Nas still. People still want to hear Nas rhyme, versus they might not want to hear everybody else. But you might think you don't want to hear, you're like, I don't want to hear this person. This person is old. But then when that person drops and the music is good and they're still rhyming on a high level and they're still really kicking good music, then you're like, wow. I never knew I wanted a Dogg Pound album, but hey, this shit rocks. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta credit Nas for that. I gotta credit Nas for not being scared of stepping out and saying, I'm gonna, since nobody wants to do this, I'm gonna step out first and I'm gonna do it. And Nas started releasing music like he was a new artist again. The man did like 5 or 6 albums. I don't know if it's 6, but somewhere around there. The man did a lot of albums in a few years. A lot of albums. Like he just had a brand new inspiration, and I think he said Hit Boy was giving him inspiration, and he just was killing it. So this is good. So I am just happy to see that these artists still have that in them. Like, they still have that feeling of, I wanna make music. I wanna be creative, and I'm happy to see that happening. Hopefully in 2025 we're gonna see more artists stepping up to the plate, more mature artists stepping up to the plate, and releasing more music.
Releasing records,
Because
working hard on them shits.
last year all we really had was the Kendrick and Drake battle. You know, that overshadowed everything else. Even though the young people might have been on their own wave, listening to like Glorilla and Sexy Red and Ice Spice and, you know, those artists, the core hip hop fans only had Drake and Kendrick battling each other. That's all we really had. You know what I'm saying? That's all we was talking about. We're still talking about it right now. Honestly, like, I made an effort not to really talk about that stuff too much, because it was just an overload of it everywhere. So I was like, man, is there anything else I can talk about? It's a great thing happening, and Nas started a revolution, and I'm looking forward to see if the revolution is going to continue, because this is a good thing to see all these 90s artists dropping new music, dropping new albums. This is a good thing. Hopefully more of them is going to drop and leaving themselves a little more. It's much more easier to record and release music nowadays, and even though streaming sucks and make no money off of it, you can find other ways to create revenue around your music and just have fun with it. So what do you think about this, man? Do you think that Nas started a revolution, and do you think that more artists from his era should drop? What do you think? Because I think they should drop. It's fun, man. It's good for hip hop. It shows that we have artists, younger artists doing their thing, then we have older artists doing their things, still supplying their mature fans with music. What do you think, man? Do you think that they should continue? Because I think it should. Right? Alright, man. That's my video for the day, man. I do hope you enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.